welcome. So today we're going to be doing some natal and tarot readings. So a lot of the things we're going to go through today, you probably might know about yourself. If you have any specific questions that you need to ask for the tarot, just ask. Or if you want, um, just to have like a Reiki healing, just to, make sure you tell her up front, or when she asks you if that's what you want, just let her know. Also, when you come up to have the natal chart, just provide your birthday, time you were born, and location, and we'll do it like that. For everyone, if you're looking really to get a full session from either me or Stacy, our link, you can contact me at dadbrad100 or Stacy by her username or her website. And I really highly suggest people get the full sessions, the private sessions from us, because they're more inclusive. And I think Stacy does more than just tarot. She does Reiki, and she does entity attachments and so forth. So she's really good at clearing the aura, clearing all the chakras, and so forth. And I think it's very important as we go along in these higher frequencies to remember that we have to do these clearings every once in a while to help ourselves, but also just be mindful of spiritual hygiene, because a lot of people aren't aware of how important that is right now. So, going forward, we'll start these readings off. Let me see here. Okay. And I guess Caroline, what's your what's your birthday, time you were born, and location?
It's July 20th, 1960 at 3:43 a.m., Sacramento, California.
Okay. Sacramento, California. Okay, 1 second. Give me a minute or two to look up your alignments, and I'll be right back.
And Caroline, I can do a tarot card reading for you, an oracle card reading. I can do a little mini Reiki healing for you, and I can clear some attachments if you have anything like that.
You can do oracle.
You want oracle? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see which one they want me to get for you. They want you to have a fortune oracle card. Ooh, you got unicorn. I like that one.
Cool.
Let's see if I can share my screen here. There you go. It says success, hope, freedom, healing, and magic are all available to you if you just believe.
Yep.
How nice.
That's so true.
Yeah. Right? I'll send you a picture of that and what's in the book for that too.
Okay.
Okay. Caroline. Yeah,
Yes.
I was looking at your chart, man, and you are you have a lot of spiritual alignments here. A lot of your alignments tell me that you're very psychic. You are in tune to a lot of things in your reality, a lot of in your environment. I'd almost say because your sun sign's in 27 degrees and it's in its second house, it kind of just tells me that right now you really identify right now with your resources, things that give you safety and comfort, things that give you some kind of nostalgia, and you're really good at like kind of keeping track of that. You're really kind of grounded. What attracts you the most is your willpower. I feel like you are once you possess something, it kind of takes a special significance for you, and you kind of are somebody that has you're an attractor. Like people are attracted to your aura, to your energy. I almost would say you attract a lot of powerful people, and you have a lot of influential friends because of how you think and just how you are as a person. And that's really cool because you have um what I would say you're a very resourceful person on how you care about people, how you also are instinctual with things, instinctual with people's emotions. You have a bunch of psychic abilities, I would say, very psychic, very spiritual. Your whole life has been like this. And then your moon sign's telling me that you're very intuitive, with that Gemini moon being in 21 degrees. You're really active mentally. Like your mind is always thinking of new things. It's always running. Um, you're really able to really decipher speech very easily with people, and that's one of your gifts, is being able to read people very well through speech, through how they communicate, through how how the frequencies even feel, because it's in your 12th house. It's like you really enjoy mystery. You're really in tune to the subconscious realms. I feel like you can see things others can't perceive, and it's hard for you to kind of share what you're seeing because you're in that 12th house range. It's like the 12th house is all about secrets and introspect, and it's hard to kind of get out what you really want to say and feel because of what you see, because you're seeing so much. So at times you feel like you need to keep these secrets and not share your private feelings and emotions with people because they're so extreme. Because you're seeing so much, and it's like hard to put it in the words. And your brain wants to put it in the words because the Gemini moons, they love to talk. They like to talk about their feelings. They like to talk about everything to the point where they'll talk you to sleep. But that's the thing. Gemini moons love to talk. I know this because I'm one myself. We
Okay.
just So we don't be hard on yourself though. With things, if you do make mistakes with things, the Gemini moons, we can be super critical on ourselves a lot. But I don't feel like that's the case with you because it's 21 degrees. It's a very much of a can do type of mentality, and very you see things on a spiritual wave, different from most other people. So that 12th house, being that's in 21 degrees, you're definitely experiencing things on other realms in the subconscious. It makes you kind of wonder if you should share things right now, but it's forcing you not to share them and to kind of experience them, so that way you know exactly what you're dealing with. And it's hard to put it into words. I feel like you can be a service to those who aren't as in tune to with themselves as you are. And that's what the universe is teaching you right now. It's teaching you kind of the groundwork, so that way when people come to you and aren't on that level, you can help them get to that level because you're there. You can kind of exist in both realities, the subconscious and the conscious.
Wow.
So you need time to isolate yourself to recharge. And that's why you withdraw yourself a lot from just a lot going on, because it's a lot to take in and it's hard to process it all and it's hard to put it into words. So you can't share it with anybody. So,
Right.
so, so that's what I'm seeing a lot with you in your chart. And then you got your rising's also sky high in the spirit too. So you're very much here on a mission. I almost feel like it's a calling for you to be down here because of all these spiritual alignments you have. You're very psychic. You're very on par to experiencing things beyond our spectrum of reality. You're a very intellectual, mentally strong person, and you need stimulation to keep you engaged. So and you need varied experiences to keep you engaged because you like to learn. So nothing really escapes your attention though. That's one of your gifts, is discernment. You're really good at detail and you're really good at seeing things. So try to focusing that energy because it can easily be boring for you since you have all this air under you. It can easily, if it's not stimulating enough for you, it can bore you. So you have to learn to kind of control your energies, channel it to something artistic. I already know you're an excellent conversationalist, having all this air as your primary, all in high degrees, and then your Cancer being such a high, and your Mercury in Cancer being such a high degree as it is. So I know that you're a great talker, and Um, you're really good at having excellent memory with things. Just know that you're here for a reason. You have strong psychic and artistic abilities. Okay, and
All right.
don't question yourself on that because it was meant for you to kind of divulge in. And then there's a lot more to go into the chart, but for to summarize it for you, you're here for a reason. You're very powerful. Okay, and you're going through all these experiences right now to really prepare you for your next step of what you're going to be. Because when your next cycles is coming up, it's really going to show, empower and help empower a lot of people around you. So it's preparing you right now for what's about to happen next because you're seeing so much and experiencing so
Awesome.
much. So just be ready for that.
I will. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. And Stacy, yeah.
Yep, I'm here. I already did her. She wanted an oracle card. I did that for her already.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
next we have Mariella and then Lorraine. If anybody else wants a reading, raise your hand now so I could get you guys in before we
All right.
do the cutoff.
So Mariella, I did a reading on today. I think she wants a tarot reading from Stacy. I think. If I stand corrected.
Mariella, you can now speak. Tap your mic green.
Yes. Hi. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Bradley.
Hi,
Hi,
Mariella.
Stacy. Hi. Indeed, I want a tarot reading.
Okay.
I wanted to know what I'm here for. I know it's something. I mean, it's a reason to be here for everyone, of course. But I wanted to know what's my specific reason, actually. Thank you, Stacy.
I'll see if I can figure that out.
Thank you.
We may have to skip to somebody else to get that answer. I'll work on that.
All right. So you want me to move on to the next?
Okay.
All right. So Crystal Pistol would like a reading only with Stacy.
Okay. Cool.
Hi, Crystal.
Hello.
Awesome.
How are you, honey?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on with you?
Oh, just getting dinner made. But yeah, any messages that come through, I'm just curious.
Okay. Okay. So I'll put you on next after I do parallel question then, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Take your time. I'm
Jump
good.
on the cards. So. So if you want to go to the next person, maybe they'll want
Okay.
to add
Be backed up on people in case because you already got 3 readings. So I mean, I'll do another one, but you're gonna be another. There'll be 3 people backed up for you. I don't want you to get 2 backed up now, but I'll do another one. If it will help the load for you.
Yeah, it made me feel less nervous.
Okay. All right. The next we have Lorraine. You can now speak, Lorraine. After Lorraine, we have Sharon, Sunshine 777.
Good evening, everyone. I wanted to do a reading or astrology reading. I don't know which gives more information, but you have no idea about myself. So should I start with my birth date? My sign? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So according to the Gregorian calendar, I've always been a Virgo. My birth date is September 1st, 1955. My number is a 3, 111. And if I go to Julian, I think I'm a little Leo as well, but I am a little confused on that. I think I'm just plain Virgo. I can't mess with the Julian because I get disinformation on the Julian calendar. So I don't know which is right that comes out on the X platform. And then sometimes Telegram will shoot out the Julian calendar. I know the military goes by Julian. Everything we're doing is by the Julian calendar, but we have 13 months in the year instead of 12. So, but I don't think it throws me off too much. I would say 99% Virgo. And then what else would you like to know about me?
Your birth, the location that you were born at, and the
Oh,
time.
yes. Yeah, I don't have the time, but it was Elizabethtown, New Jersey.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, go
I
ahead.
do gematria all the time. I do decoding all the
Oh,
time.
nice.
Yeah, and I've gotten so much information, and it's so vital for everybody. But a lot of people just don't read it, you know. But
Yeah.
again, I just put it on who's decoding it, and I can vouch for him. He's really up there. So
Okay.
it's up to people to look at it, but I don't put it all out there for, everybody on the X platform. Anyway, I found out a lot about what's going on, from God's standpoint, because it is God's word, gematria. He uses the alphabet and the numbers, and he wrote it all. So anyway, yeah, that's all. I don't have the time on my birthday.
Okay. I'm gonna have to ask your higher self for that time, only because I could do a reading without the time, but it does affect a lot of the houses and the degrees about the time, because the time is, even though it's a man-made thing, it's very important in the universal things because everything is happening all at once. So I'll try to. You gotta give me a minute. I'm gonna try to ask your higher self for a time. Right now, I asked to see if I can get a time. It's telling me you were born in the morning, so I'm trying to see the time here.
I'm sorry about the dog barking. I'm gonna get Bella while you do that. Hey, get over here now. I'm back.
Okay. Let's try this. Let's see if this time is there. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna stay 10. My pendulum is telling me 10 a.m. I'm not sure. Stacy, does that sound? Well, you're probably doing a
I
tarot
think
right
it
now.
would be daytime. I think that
Yeah.
I resonate with daytime. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My pendulum's telling around 10 a.m. that you were
Mm-hmm.
born. So
That makes sense.
okay. We'll go around with that one.
I'm getting a confirmation of 10 a.m. also.
You are? Okay. Cool. It's working. I use my amethyst. The amethyst is really good at finding the truth, man. It's taps into the
Yeah.
higher self very easily. Okay, 10 a.m. it is. Let's see here. Ooh, definitely. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're very I would say you're a very spiritual person. You're very psychic in a lot of your. If it is 10 a.m., this would make you very psychic.
Mm-hmm.
I almost would say yes, this is definitely you, just because of your thought process. Because you have here, it's telling me you have an Aquarius moon. Aquarius moons at 29 degrees. They're really socially minded people, and you just seem like that. They're very charming and gracious. They're kind of independent thinkers, and They are constantly really kind to people. They know how to kind of detach yourself from situations and people very easily, and they're really mental people rather than emotional. They don't get real emotional about things. They know how to kind of keep their emotions in check, and they use logic. And you have great original thoughts. Like your thoughts are really ahead of its time, and a lot of it are downloads that you get from these higher planes of existence. And because it's in your fifth house, right now, like your emotional side, you feel a need to express yourself any way you can. Like it's like the fifth house wants to be kind of heard. They like to be on stage to teach people. They like to kind of be seen to get what they feel out because they can they're real passionate in their approach to life, and it's just like everything they do is just screams passion and dramatic, and they're very serious but playful at the same time. And you have a need to be surrounded by people who enjoy your audience, who value the way you speak, who value your mindset. And that's kind of like they're like almost like leaders, but they like to be on stage to teach people new things. And a lot of them, people who have it in their fifth house, end up being teachers, end up being devout students that are able to then teach the masses because they're able to come up on stage and deliver the goods of the information. And I see that within you. You're like very good at doing that. Now you do have a couple other alignments, like if this is case, you would have an ascendant. Your rising would be in Libra at 20 degrees. And I almost would say if this would be you, you would definitely be a real fair-minded person. You don't like disharmony. It has to be kind of a balance when you're in good places with people, and so much so that like you strive for harmony between when you go out with people, even with your friendships and partnerships. It's like those kind of things are very important to you. Especially when it comes to social justice and injustice. You do not like seeing that kind of stuff happen. So a lot of ascendants in Libra will kind of step forth for that sake. But they're kind of a person who likes to end conflict and make sure all parties are satisfied. So a lot of friends would usually come up to people who have this placement and ask them for advice, and then they would be the ones to kind of mediate most of the stuff.
That's good. That's good. I was 30 years in RN, and in my gematria, God says your mission here on earth is to love and teach.
Yes,
And,
I see that. I see
and I'm
that
from the
you have Uranus
Pleiades.
and Leo.
I know. Yep.
And
yeah, we are all enlightened beings, and we're the ones here that are going to hopefully help the others that are sleeping to move on over the rainbow to the fifth dimension. But it's a process, and it's difficult for us. The ones that are awake, it's very hard.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're here to definitely teach. I mean, one of your purposes is here, and you're intuitive, and your Uranus is in 0 degrees. So it's telling me you were definitely sent here as a person to be here. You're determined to get your way. You're really strong-willed. You're a nonconformist. Like you do not conform.
Right.
And you're here to kind of be creative and put down your flag and lead the way and help lead people into this higher consciousness. I almost want to say you're very much geared for that, because at 0 degrees, it's very intuitive for you to be doing this. It's in your 10th house too. So, having a strong imagination so you can be sure of yourself, using this as a business, maybe even, attaining worldly success while you're doing this might be something what you might be going through. You might also go through a lot of different jobs in your career as you come into conflict with others over ego gratification issues, because there's a lot of people who they use their ego to kind of overline their job, and you can see that very clearly with these people. So you will have a lot of difficulties with people with that way. But
that's true. That's true. I'm
you do
retired
better
now, but yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, I think you do better when when you can motivate people than personal gain. It's like that's where you're at. You're like a natural leader and motivator for people, and that's why you're here. um, for this
Yes.
time to kind of uplift the collective. And I see that it's all in your chart. I mean, you're definitely here for that reason.
Right.
You're
Right.
wow. So yeah, you're definitely I would say a physical healer, almost empath, with a lot of psychic abilities. You definitely get thoughts, and your thoughts sometimes that come to your in your mind. You probably wonder, what was I thinking about this? And you just get these downloads out of nowhere, and they are coming straight from source. And I
Yes.
you get some extreme downloads, and people should pay
Yes.
attention.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
know.
Yes. Yes. And you know what? I'd love to, like so many of us have been visited, and you can't share anything with anybody. It's just, I
Hmm.
guess it's a private journey too at the
Hmm.
same time.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh yes,
and
yes.
luckily I had high frequency, so I wasn't afraid, but I was in shock. I mean, I saw a lot,
Yeah, your
beyond the
Mercury's in
veil.
your 12th house too. Wow, you're just funny you said that. Your Mercury's in your 12th house. That's why it's hard for you to share stuff because you're really right now. The 12th house is and it's in 0 degrees, so you're a very intuitive person. Like you know how to read people. You know how to. You're such a people person when it comes to that. You're just really good. But the problem is that because it's in your 12th house, it's hard to share what you're seeing and what you're feeling right now. Like, because you're really, the 12th house makes you real redefined, real much of a visionary. But you are so fascinated with the unknowable mysteries of the world and inclined to search its depths that it's hard to kind of keep your attention into the mundane reality. It has to be deep, mysterious, taboo, and then it's also hard for you to communicate with people. So you got to avoid kind of dealing with being evasive or vague with people because it's hard to communicate what you're seeing because the 12th house wants to kind of keep in what you're experiencing and kind of decipher for what it is before you speak because the 12th house is conscious about, oh, well, I don't want to look like I'm crazy seeing this and all this other stuff. But you got to get out what you're seeing and speak your mind because what you're seeing and experiencing could definitely help someone.
Well, what I've done is like I have 17 gematria notebooks now, and I've been doing it for 5 years. And I follow someone that is very evolved, and almost like, well, an ascended master kind of. So, but I've also wrote down all my dreams that I remember, all the astro travel visits, everything. I write it down, what I can remember, because they're speaking to us, the higher dimension, angels, archangels, your higher self, the Galactic Alliance, the friends, they're trying to help us along as much as possible. So I've written it down, and one day I hope that I'll be able to help others somehow with that, but more so the gematria is like, wow, this should be part of the end times for evil, revelations, and the beginning for us, because that's what the gematria I'm transcribing, decoding is full of, and that, we just need to, trust in source and Yeshua for me, and everything's going to be fine. But there's so many narcissists out there, and we live with some, and they don't believe anything. So, it's very hard, but I have to be quiet
Mhm.
until the time is right. And I'm waiting for EBS, and I've been waiting for EBS for 3 years.
Mhm.
keep
Yeah.
They keep pushing it out, but then when you think about the global war and the enemies that our military, Space Force, had to fight, to win this, it was tremendous. It's absolutely
Yeah.
tremendous. But we've won. But disclosure. If everybody knew everything like just all at once, we'd have a meltdown. So they want to make sure that we're okay. And so it's like kind of like soft disclosures. But I don't watch TV. I mean, I might watch sci-fi and fantasy, red pill stuff, but no news, no nothing. I get it on my own. I've been down all the rabbit holes, and
Hmm.
I think everybody else has too, pretty
Hmm.
much. That's on the channel here. But yeah, that all is really good what you shared, and yeah, it hits very close to what I've been my whole life, and but I've never enjoyed living here. I find very few times that I was happy. I want to go home. But, we're bringing heaven to earth. So we're raising the frequency, and that's another job, is to, we are co-creators. So that's what my main thing is right now, is just meditate, raise the frequency, and prayer, affirmations in the mirror, that kind of thing.
Awesome.
It'll happen.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, yeah, keep on, keep with the high frequencies. Be the light that you are, and things are going to work in your favor. I know that you are on your right path, because everything that you're saying is aligned with everybody else, and what we all know, we are all in the same boat here. We're all been waiting, and yeah, eventually, I feel that things will break open for everyone. We've been kind of waiting on this for a long time, and now that we're at this time frame, it's a lot of things that are coming to fruition, and a lot of people are coming impatient, but it's the process of becoming doesn't have a time limit, and when you are the planet is changing and we are changing. There's no time on that. This is something that's been scheduled for a long time to happen. So we just got to kind of let it flow and let things happen and play out. Even though we want it to happen tomorrow, trust me, I'm in the same boat.
Right.
So,
And I would recommend everybody check out Billy Carson. He's really good. He's on YouTube, and he's got explosive, great historical information on our cosmic and our spiritual history. It's and Yeshua's teachings. It's really enlightening, because
mm,
we do have 711 books that are hidden under the Vatican, and they will come out, and everybody will relearn the truth, relearn everything. We've been lied to about almost everything. It's been twisted, and so it's great to hear Billy Carson, and there's a couple of other people that are just out there that are moving along in spite of where we're at. And I go on the galactic side to feel a lot better. The Pleiadians have messages out, and Dr. Michael Salla, Exopolitics, Alex Collier, Elena Dannon. I don't know if everybody knows these people,
Elena
but
Danan. Yeah, we know all this.
yeah, I
good,
know. I
good.
know everybody
Okay.
that you're saying. I was a
Okay.
huge part of the disclosure community for a while, and I know all of them. So personally,
Wonderful.
so
Wonderful. Okay. Oh, and
yeah,
James Gilliard too. The
James
Lyran
Gilligan.
James. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know about him too.
And Jetson White. He's good too.
Yeah, Judson Light's cool. Yeah, thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you
Appreciate you.
so much. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. I was going to go back to Mariella. I was trying to get to see what they would tell me as far as you were looking at what you should do for your future career and stuff. And what I was getting for you in the past was you came up at, you had the Ace of Cups, which means that you are going through a period of like new beginnings, filled with emotional fulfillment and love and joy. And during this time, you probably had some deep connections and fostered relationships that were both meaningful and uplifting. It was a season of open-hearted experiences where joy and love flowed naturally. You're currently coming up as the Three of Cups, which means that you're a person that's like sociable and joyful. You like to have celebrations and gatherings that have a spirit of like camaraderie and festivity. So you seem to be someone that likes to be around a lot of people. So You also came up as the Eight of Swords. So this is like usually someone that's feeling trapped or restricted or binded by or you might be feeling maybe being restricted by your potential. It could be your situation that you're in. You might be hemmed in by your circumstances, whether it's real or imaginary. It could be just like putting that on yourself, creating a sense of helplessness, like unable to envision a way forward. Like because usually those are just like your thoughts instead of external factors. And the career part came up as the Fool. Now, the Fool is a message. This is like a time to take a leap of faith and to embrace change. It's asking you to take a risk and try something new, whether it's starting a new business adventure or pursuing a career path or taking a challenging project.
Okay.
Remembering that success often comes from taking bold actions, and mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. And it also came up as the Temperance, meaning that you need to focus on finding balance and harmony in your work and financial matters. So it reminds you to avoid extremes and to take a moderate and patient balance view towards your career path and financial goals.
Okay.
To exercise caution and prudence. So even though it's telling you to take a leap of faith, it's still saying like, make sure you're taking a balanced approach to it and really thinking it through long-term strategy. And then the in between the situation and you was the Three of Pentacles, which means it would be a good idea to work with a team, which makes sense because you had a lot of seem like you like to work with people possibly, because you came up as the Three of Cups. So it would be beneficial if you could do teamwork, collaboration. Or even seeking some advice. It could be beneficial, especially if you're going to launch your own business. The card advises you should try to tackle everything. You shouldn't try to tackle everything alone. Instead, pull resources and knowledge and skills with others can lead to successful outcomes. You also had, and for the future, was the Knight of Wands, which for the outcome, you may have to face a lot of small but annoying setbacks, which always is, not necessarily the best outcome necessarily, but you may feel as though you may have some more to endure in the future. But don't worry, it's just a feeling that you can handle it. But you just may have some setbacks because it's going to be a new adventure and something that you haven't done in the past. So it's just part of the growing experience.
Okay.
So I hope that helps a little bit. Does that resonate any with you?
Yes, it helps a lot.
Okay.
The part of a new venture or taking a leap of faith is something that's been playing in my mind. Considering the situations that are, at work and options that are coming. And indeed, I need to exercise some cautious when making that decision because you have to have a fall. I don't like this word, but you may need a fallback position. So I'm playing with the idea to see how I could do it the best way. Okay, thank you for warning. If setbacks are coming, I will have to remember and see it as a part of the growing process. Yes, the rest I don't recall immediately, but as you were saying, I could see the links. I could see how they are, playing out in my life, and I recognize some of them for sure, all of them almost. So yes, I think it's indeed to be cautious and to be aware of decisions that you make and to back them up once you have already made the decisions. But I thank you because this gives me more to more to think of and more to to consider when moving forward. No, thank you, Stacey.
You're welcome, Marilyn. And I sent you a picture of the cards, and Brad is recording this message too, so you can go back and listen to the card reading as well, and you can look at the cards as what I said too.
Yes, yes,
Okay?
yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're
Yes,
welcome.
yes.
And so next we had Crystal the Pistol that just wanted a general message. Hey, Crystal. So you came up as the. I'll show you. I'll show you the view here. Maybe if I won't be too shaky. You came up as the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands as a person means that you could be. It's a person that's resilient, maybe guarded. You've had to be. We've had a lot of challenges, and you've had to be. What was that word? Perseverance, right? You've had to overcome a lot of stuff. You've kind of faced a lot of adversity. I don't know if you can see this card. The guy literally has a bandage on his head. He's been through some battles. But he's still standing tall, and he's got one good fight left in him. Because he's got 9 wands, so he's got one left to fight with still. But he's still able to overcome obstacles and continue standing the ground. But you have been through a lot. You also came up as the Page of Pentacles. And that as a person means that you're practical and ambitious and eager to learn. You embody the energy of a student who's beginning their journey, enthusiastic about acquiring new skills and knowledge. You're often admired for your dedication to growth and your ability to apply practical solutions to your goals. Now, as far as like a general message for you, I got the Temperance card for you. So the universe is guiding you to cultivate balance and harmony within yourself. It's reminding you to practice moderation and patience as you navigate your journey. You may need to make adjustments in order to achieve a state of equilibrium in your life, but trust that this will ultimately bring greater peace and clarity. Allow yourself to flow with the natural rhythms of life, finding the middle path and avoiding extremes. And by doing so, you can create a solid foundation for your growth and inner transformation. And then another message was the Page of Cups. So it's about embracing your emotions and intuition and creativity. So, connect with your inner child. Approach the world with a sense of wonder and openness. Represents the stages of of love and joy that comes with it. Trusting your intuition is key as it leads towards emotional growth and development. And it just encourages you to explore the depths of your emotion and embrace the creative side of yourself. Now, the current situation is coming up as the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords means that also you might be feeling trapped or restricted in your current situation. So this could be due to fear or self-doubt. These are thoughts and words. So it could just be negative self-thoughts. It could just be fears of finding a way out. But usually this is something that you can get out because she literally is bound, but she can easily get out of the situation. The only thing I didn't like was Now, in the past, you also had the Three of Cups. So you had like celebrations and like having a good time with some friends. So that was good. Now, what I didn't like seeing was this Three of Swords in the future. So you may have maybe a painful truth that may be coming up. So it could signify a period where you might have to confront realities that are hard to bear, but are essential for your personal growth. It's a call to face these truths with courage and the understanding that even though it's a painful process, it will ultimately lead to a clearer, more authentic pathway forward where you can build with honesty and clarity. So it could not necessarily mean that your heart's going to be broken. It could just be like something comes out of the blue, somebody could disappoint you, that type of thing, where you come to a truth that you didn't know before that could be hurtful to hear. Or truth sometimes does sting if you think one thing and learn something new. So I hope that helps, Crystal.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, and I'll send you a picture of the cards too.
Next we have Sharon, and then our final one is Sunshine 777.
Hello, this is Sharon.
Hello.
So this is my first
Hi,
time
Sharon.
doing anything like this, but I have followed your channel a little bit, and I'm just very grateful that you would do this today. So thank you.
Oh,
And I would love to have an astrology reading. What I really want to know right now, what I'm really researching is things to do with my past lives that, affect the now, and also my mission. I have some ideas that it's probably somewhere in the law of one, but I'm not sure. So that's all I know.
okay. Okay. Can I get your birthday, time you were born,
Yes.
and
Yes.
location when you were born in? Okay.
January 3rd, 1956.
Mm-hmm.
I was born
Okay.
at home in Provo, Utah. And my mom said it was between 9 and 11 because they had gone to bed. And they always went to
So,
bed around 9. But
AM
she
or
did
PM?
PM.
PM.
But
Okay. So
that's
you
all,
said
yeah,
so
9.
between 9 and 11. Let's see what here.
Yes.
Is it 9 PM? Ask your higher self. And so no, not 9. How about 10? It's 10 PM. 10 PM. 11? 11 PM?
That could be.
10:30 PM.
Okay, that makes sense. She said they usually went down around 9:30, 10:30. So that she thought maybe
Yeah, I
10:30,
think
but she didn't know.
10:30 PM is your time. Yeah, it's going, yes, 10:30.
Okay, great.
What, Stacy, can we confirm that on your end? It's
Yes.
10:30? It is
Yes.
10:30?
Yes, I feel the same. And she did say
Okay.
that. It might have been
Okay.
around 10:30, but
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, your
yeah,
higher self. Yeah, 10:30 it is.
yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
I
how
did
do
the
you
same thing.
how do you spell how you spell where you're from? You said
Provo, Provo, Utah.
Oh, okay, Provo, Utah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, 1 second. Let me look up your alignments. I'll be right back. And everything is in here.
Yeah, and
What's going on
Sharon,
here?
I do Reiki healings, which is a Japanese healing technique that
Yes.
focuses on stress reduction
Uh-huh.
and pain reduction. I also do chakra balancing. I do tarot card readings, oracle card readings, and actually do release attachments from people.
Oh, that's
too.
awesome. Yeah,
So
I would love to. I
do
would
you
love to
have
do tarots.
okay?
Yeah, I
Do you
love
have a
that.
specific question or anything?
Oh, let me think. It's more just my mission. I think that's the one I'm really working the most on right now is my purpose, my talents, gifts. I know some of them, of course, but
Okay. I'll see if what I can get. Usually I get real more of a general instead of so specific, but I'll see what I can get for you.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, Candy. Hey,
Hey,
Laura.
hey. So, um, yeah. Right now, your sun sign's in your your fourth house, and it's in 12 degrees. So I feel like you're right now because it's in your fourth house. It's really about like nurturing yourself, taking care of people closest to you right now. Finding your inner spiritual world is very important to you than stuff that's happening in a mundane reality. So you're seeking to kind of own your own roots, grant your own security, find your own inner needs right now. And you're also looking for your personal identity, which can become confused with your need for identity with your family. It's like you're trying to find your personal power within your family structure, and that's why you
Oh,
are asking questions about what you can do and your abilities because your fourth house is really wanting to identify who you are within the structure you have already. So um as you go through life, you're going to feel a need to begin kind of distinguishing your own sense of self between your family, like, because you've been around your family so much that you're like your identity kind of like, well, what's my purpose? So finding your
yes.
purpose right now is kind of like key for you, being in the fourth
Uh-huh.
house, and I feel like you're going to find that because the next house that you're coming into is all about stepping into your power. Um, I feel like it's all about right now for you just nurturing these experiences you have, getting rid of the old experiences that don't serve you well, and then all the memories that you're going to have about things are going to come back into place for you. Because you have a really strong mind. I think I would say you have a really vivid mind. You probably have vivid dreams a lot
Hmm.
because of displacement for you. Um,
Yes.
and that's because it's meant for you to kind of trigger your brain because your brain's real powerful being in 12 degrees. Now you have a really empathic moon sign,
I
a
do.
degree. You are an empath.
Sometimes
You're
to a fault. Yes.
Yeah, and you know
Uh-huh.
you're an empath because it's in your first
Yes.
house. So you
Yes.
know who you are. You know your abilities. You know your power. You have a strong imagination. Because you're such an empath, it affects your mood. And because you're a Libra moon, it's all about balance for you, man. Like you want to be in peace and harmony, but when your mood is fluctuating because you're around energies, you're always transmuting energies. It's hard
Hmm.
for you to kind of do that. Um, I almost would say you're an elite transmitter of energy because you have such strong roots being at 4 degrees and it's in your first house. Um, it's like stepping into your power, feeling the need to be recognized for your abilities, and um, and if others don't kind of perceive your efforts, it's like you kind of feel resentful of it. So it's kind of like finding your own ability, but you already know some of the things you do very well already within yourself. So that's something that the universe has kind of put up in front of you right now. Now having this placement, you love to be around people of like mind, and
Hmm.
at the same time, you don't like to be in solitude too long, even though you're an empath. So it's kind of like you have to find yourself, you have to find that balance between um energies that's too chaotic and then energies that's recharging you. Because yeah, you don't like to be alone, but then at the same time you don't like to be in chaotic situations. And you like a lot of the times our world is perceived as chaotic situations. So
Boy,
um
that's right on. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like a conundrum you're having right now. Um
Hmm.
I almost would see it that uh you're very much tuned into your abilities because you're very conscious of the details of things. Having a Virgo rising, they're very orderly and neat people, and they're also love to talk. They love to talk about a wide range of interests. And a lot of the people who have this placement are just youthful people. They're really neat. They're kind of active mind, and I keep hearing my guys keep telling me you have a real strong active mind. So your mind is like it's all constantly moving. You're constantly
Yes.
perceiving things. You're constantly getting downloads of information. You get some psychic callings of things. Some things will be shown to you, but I feel like it's more mental for you because you're having these type of traits in your sign makes you very analytical, very much a
Yes.
perfectionist. So you have to kind of be
Feel
lenient on
thoughtful.
yourself
Yes.
because you will be very critical on yourself, and when you do that, that lowers your frequency, and then you doubt your own skills sometimes. But don't be too critical and hard on yourself, okay? Because you've been doing a lot already.
Oh,
And just keep doing what you're doing. I almost want to say also you have a really high calling in your Mercury, man. The way you communicate with people is in your fifth house. You are meant to be on stage and talk. Like you're really good at that. Like you're meant to be in front of people and speaking your truth. And you're really serious. I would say practical on how you speak because you have this Capricorn and Mercury, almost to a point where you're real careful how you speak to people, but you're
mhm.
really strong and really, I would say concrete on your answers. So when you speak, it is what it is. So having that great attention to detail and being able to speak it from a higher perspective that's really grounded also in reality is key for helping people move forward. When you speak your truth, a lot of people will listen because you have a high spiritual Mercury and it's in its fifth house. So you're very much proud of your ideas. You're good at expressing them. I think you're very creative. You're an excellent conversationalist. You do well with talking to groups, even though you might not think so, but you do. And I think if anything, that might be a key for you of helping explain it. Now you do have a Uranus in Leo, and that Neptune and Scorpio. The Neptune and Scorpio kind of just goes and lets me know that you're here to kind of help with the collective, unveil
Mhm.
all this taboo stuff. So it's your
Mhm.
generation that's here digging up all this dirt that we're
Uh-huh.
finding on
Yes.
everything and doing all the research and bringing it to the collective. So people like myself and Stacy and everybody can understand what's going on in our reality. So if it wasn't for you guys, that's why you're one of the reasons you're here. Another reason is that Uranus and Leo bringing that to the collective, being your own individual, and it's in your 11th house. So um, you're highly unconventional. You're not a conformist, but you
Not at all.
are here. You are here to help progress mankind extremely. And you like to associate yourself with groups that will have the betterment of society, like people
Mhm.
that are of like mind that are trying to change the society is with who you associate yourself with, and that's partially why you're here at this time is to put yourself in this alliance of people who are helping lift the collective consciousness. Um, like people who have your own unique viewpoints and who are role models to other people, who don't get caught up in uh, low concepts. Like you're here to kind of shake things up like that as a leader naturally in what you do and how you think. Because you have that Leo and Uranus, and a lot of people who are born with this are here to shake things up for the collective and step forth in our power and empower us to kind of go beyond the government and fight for our rights, for our freedom. You have a strong urge for personal freedom, and I feel like because you see the finish line, you see where we're at right now. This is the time for you guys to shine, and you guys have been shining for the last 7, 8 years. um, Making it
Awesome.
available for the collective to really take action and bringing these progressive ideas to the forefront of how we should change our lives and how we should work for the better. Everything that you're thinking and doing is definitely being brought to the collective and definitely well thought out of how you're doing it. And it's a reason why you're here doing it. Um, a lot of your plants are just screaming at me, saying that you're very much empathic, very intuitive in your thought process. Um, I feel like God talks to you a lot through your Jupiter,
Yes.
through your moon, through your emotions, and how you
Uh-huh.
think. So your thoughts are definitely like he comes and he shoots some thoughts into you, and you just don't get some thoughts out of nowhere, and you're like, man, I just wasn't even thinking about that, and that's exactly where how he speaks to you, especially because your Jupiter's in 1 degrees in the 12th house. So that's it's like you're very intuitive on learning, but at the same time you are um you have like your own personal code of conduct of how you do things, and you really kind of keep a lot in until you kind of really understand it before you share it. All right.
Yes. Yeah. I'm pretty quiet.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
that's awesome. Yeah. And I homeschooled clear back when it wasn't popular. I love, I always saw through the illusion to some degree, not like I do
Mhm,
now, but to some degree.
mhm. Yeah, I would say you just need to recharge your batteries every now and then because you are a little bit empathic like me. Like, you have a really low moon sign, and then you have a couple other low alignments. So just recharge your batteries. Know that sometimes when you especially now, the energy's been chaotic on the planet, so we're feeling all types of energies right
Yeah.
now.
Uh-huh.
And some days it's like I don't feel like getting up or doing anything, and then some days it's just like, man, we can run a marathon. So just be kind to yourself, and just know that you were put here on this planet for a reason to experience all of this, so that way you can better help interpret for other people. Because you have some pretty empathic alignments that I would say that you're transmuting energy in an elite level, and that's probably why you're feeling all this stuff.
Well, it's been really nice to find that out because I didn't even know what an empath was till 2020. But I
Okay.
knew I had something. I mean, I could tell when somebody was coming to visit. I knew what was going on in their life before they got here. And it
Hmm.
took me a while to realize that's what I was picking up on. Because I'd go,
Hmm.
one minute I felt fine. The next minute I want to fight or something, and I'm like, what's going
Yeah.
on? And it took me a while to pick up that I'm picking up on their energy coming here. And
Hmm.
now I can help instead of go, what's going on?
Yeah, a person
So,
can actually pick up. So one person that's like, the toroidal field energy can pick up energy from a person that's 5 miles away. And
uh-huh.
and if a person's running on all their frequency, all their chakras are activated and they're transmuting energy, they can transmute energy depending on their frequency up to almost thousands of people. So
Wow.
there's a lot
Wow.
of that's a lot of energy to be transmuting, and that's why people's moods change, their bodies, they get sick easily, or they get tired,
Oh
or
yeah. Yeah. If
extremely
I'm around
tired
dark,
out of nowhere.
yeah, I get
Hmm.
really sick. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
different things that's going on that we just can't perceive, and it does do a number on our bodies while this is all happening. So we just have to take that into consideration too.
Well, thank you. That was just very helpful.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, Sharon. So you were wanting to know about your mission, purpose, and gifts. And of course, I got more of a general, which
Yes.
is kind of what I thought. It's hard to get really specific on that kind of stuff. So, what I was getting was in the past, you got the Three of Wands, which means you could have had a period of anticipation of looking forward, or perhaps waiting for results of efforts that you have previously put into place. It's also a period of a spirit of hope, expectation. You're like on the verge of seeing your outcomes of your hard work and dedication. So it's a lot of hopefulness, and you're ready to welcome in the opportunities, like success, on your journey. And you as a person came up as the Sun. The Sun is like the best card in the tarot deck. um you're usually a person that is like full of energy, vitality, positivity, joy, like an infectious energy. So you can just brighten up anybody's dark days. A lot of optimism and happiness. You're usually like a beacon of light. um so, and you also come up as the Ten of Cups, so you must be a really happy person. So, because they are also like they have emotional fulfillment, family bliss. They have a lot of harmony with their personal and family relationships. So they have emotional richness. So that's like abundance of fulfilled with love and happiness. So that's great. You have like two of the best cards ever.
Wow, thank you. That made me cry.
Like, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, like, for career, I was trying to get you over here for career to try to figure out, like, what was it guiding you for that kind of, or not career, but like your mission, your purpose, your gifts. So it was saying like the Knight of Cups, which is like pursuing your passions, creativity, and what would align with you emotionally, and creativity. What would spark your passions for that, and go towards something like that if you're interested in something like that. Creativity skills that would fulfill you. So I think a lot of times what we're going into now is not what's going to fulfill us financially. It's what's going to make us happy, like in our hearts, emotionally. What's going to make us happy. When not what's necessarily going to bring home the bacon necessarily. And then you also come up as the Two of Wands. So these type of people are usually like good planners. Look at like setting
It
goals.
drives my family nuts.
I'm a good planner. This is me too. I'm such a planner. I'm a big planner. I like to set goals.
Yeah.
I'm a Capricorn sign too, so I like to plan and set goals and strategies. And have the calendar out, set financial goals. So you could also be doing that for something as far as strategizing things, even for some place. I mean, that, like, I know you're thinking, well, maybe that's not a purpose, but I mean that if you enjoy that and you're good at it, then why can't that be your purpose?
Yes.
Right?
I like it.
Yeah. Now, currently you're coming up at like in between is the Five of Wands, which means you could be at like a conflict or competition or tension. So whether that's rivalries or unrest, struggles of the process of the growth or transformation maybe that's going on in your life right now, that may be keeping you from going in this path right now. And anytime that you make any kind of transition, you may have some worries going on in your life. And so this is just a time of transition to remember to remain grounded and approach challenges with a clear, focused mind. Possibly seeking advice or mentorship to navigate through stresses effectively. Remember that it's a temporary phase, and with persistence and a positive attitude, you can work through the difficulties to find solutions and ultimately come out stronger on the other side. So try not to stress about it too much, and go for walks, get grounded, so that way if you do come up with any kind of stressors, that you can get rid of those. Yeah. And
that's beautiful.
I sent you a picture of those cards.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
And you're going to tape this? Are you taping it?
Yeah, he's recording it now, and he'll post it on the wall too.
Oh, how awesome. Oh, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And you both hit it right on. Really helped me with some things. Like years ago, before my dad passed away, he was probably my closest person. I loved my family, but him and I were very close. But he sent me a song, and it was called Be Gentle with Yourself. And that's what he talked. What's the name of the guy I talked to? I didn't get his name.
Brad.
Oh.
Yeah, when you mentioned that, Brad, I was like, oh my gosh, my dad told me that, and I'd forgotten it. So I'm getting lots of downloads here. This is awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, yeah. Just be kind to yourself because you can be real critical on yourself, and you're very, very. I mean, you're primed to be here right now. Everybody who's here is supposed to be here. That's the cool thing, and it's cool seeing how it is played out in the universe because, like, it's not. It's the universe that chose. You chose to be here at this time. All I'm doing is just reading your alignments of where you signed on the
Mm-hmm.
dotted line before you incarnated. So we all chose to be here. Every soul in here,
I
which
can
is
see
the
myself
awesome part.
doing that. Pick me.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people are like, well, I never chose to be
I
here. Why
know.
am I here right
No,
now?
I can see
I didn't
myself
agree
raising
to
my hand.
this. I didn't agree to this
Probably
contract.
jumped into my body before I thought about it. So,
Yeah,
thank you so much, Brad.
you're welcome. Thank
And
you.
I will stay close to your channel. This is really nice. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Sharon. Appreciate you.
Mhm. Love everybody here.
Yeah, and if you guys want a tarot card reading, you can order those on my
Oh,
website too.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
All
like
right.
my tarot
Yeah,
card
guys,
readings
if
and
you
stuff,
guys want a reading, if you guys want private sessions from Stacy or myself, just DM me.
Oh, cool.
Or you can DM Stacy. You can check out our website. I will post it on the wall here again. The website for Stacy's or the private sessions for the reading as well. That way, we go a little bit deeper on the private sessions. We go through your whole galactic chart, your birthday chart, and your whole natal chart. We kind of identify all your planets, and then we kind of identify what soul group you're in. It's pretty inclusive. It's pretty detailed reading, and it lasts about an hour to an hour and a half of us
Oh.
chatting it up and talking and things. But
Uh-huh.
and then Stacy does all the Reiki and the NCT attachments, clearings, the tarot card readings, and her website is also posted on the wall too for you guys. So,
yeah,
I'll
and
check that out. Thank you.
yeah, I try to make it very affordable. Like my tarot card readings and stuff are like $10.
Wow.
And even like my Reiki healings and stuff, I mean like $40. I mean it's like I can't get a
Uh-huh.
haircut for $40. So
No. And
yeah.
then to do this for
yeah,
free. That
let me tell
just
you,
is so
the other
amazing.
day she helped me out so much. The other day I was going through it and she done she done helped me.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I need a
Yeah,
little break
somebody
myself
that's,
because
yeah,
we
from the
attached.
outside looking in. Yeah. Yeah, that's,
Hmm.
yeah.
So I highly recommend getting a Reiki session or a clearing from her if you
Yes.
think you need one because we're around a lot of people who we don't know that a lot of people that we're around also have attachments and they can influence our reality, or they try to. We don't
Mm-hmm.
allow them to, but they can try to influence our reality. And these
Yeah.
people will do things that they normally don't do. They'll be in really bad moods. You can just tell that they have some kind of attachment that's just making them not act normal. So sometimes we can do clearings on them as long as they consent to it. But generally, that also reflects on you if you're not doing the spiritual hygiene and doing
Right.
salt baths or clearing your energy or grounding yourself. You're going to have definitely attachments too, and that could affect your day. So it's always good to have like a
A
spiritual tune up
cleaning.
every now and then.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's interesting because as soon as I start thinking about Reiki and thinking about the healing, I start transmuting the energy off the people. And even with Brad, like they woke me up in the middle of the night to try to help Brad, and like I'm like, okay, let me wake up a little bit here. And as soon as I started thinking about it, I started burping and transmuting. And like the second time, like Brad threw up and I threw up in my mouth. So like I mean, we were already starting to connect that way.
Uh-huh.
I was already starting to pull off like the sickness from him too. So I mean, it's pretty awesome how that works.
Yes. That's
The
probably
healing.
something I really need because I do take on energies. And if
Mm-hmm.
somebody's really hurting, that's where I'm at right now because we have several family members dying of cancer and they
Mm-hmm.
will not take anything, they won't listen. And so it makes it a little extra stressful, but I have to give them, it's their choice. So
Yeah.
I still love them.
Absolutely.
But it is a little stressful to watch them suffer when I know they might not have to do it like that. But, it's
Absolutely.
their journey.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I will stay in touch with both of you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sharon. Appreciate
Sharon.
it.
Okay.
Sharon's so sweet. And
If
don't
I can
forget to
do anything
Sage.
for you guys, let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Kathy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Was that it, Kathy?
Nope. Our last is Sunshine.
Oh, Sunshine.
That's
Cool. And then we'll do a
sunshine.
clearing after. Then we'll do a clearing after Sunshine. We'll do a clearing for everybody before we wrap it up. That way, everybody will
Yes. And
be cleared.
also, next Friday, if you do want a reading, you got to come on at 7:30 Eastern time and raise your hand to get in the top 5 readings. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, please. If you guys, we'd only do first come, first serve basis. Unless you're getting a private session, then I'll get you in as soon as I can, which will usually be in the morning sometime. And then the private sessions, of course, are a lot longer than these little mini sessions. So it's a lot more information. But yeah, but please, if you guys want a reading, try to get here at 7:30 and just be here on that time. We've lowered our intake on the readings because if we didn't, we'd be here doing this all night, and it gets a little draining after doing it for so long. So I appreciate you guys. And where's Sunshine? Is Sunshine up here?
I'm here.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Hi, how's everyone?
Doing good.
Great.
Doing good.
Great.
I actually was already on it on your chart because you sent me your information, and I have been So I think she needs to. Stacy just needs to know exactly what you're looking for on her end, but I can actually start on your reading whenever you're ready.
So what exactly, Stacey, I'm sorry. I know you went over it,
That's
but
okay.
my brain wasn't holding up this. I'm so tired.
That's no problem. So I do Reiki healings. I do chakra balancing. I can do if you're feeling like you could have any kind of attachments, I could do a spirit releasement attachment releasement for you. I could do tarot card or oracle card reading for you.
I'm out in the public a lot. Maybe the attachments.
Okay, I'll check and see what I can find for you there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. And Sunshine, you have a little bit of everything too. Like you're an all-around healer. I think you have a little bit of you got some empathic elements, you got some mental elements, some spiritual elements all in your chart. So it's kind of like you're an all-around healer altogether. There's some individuals that's here that have a little bit of everything.
Sunshine,
a lot.
may I ask for your first name, please?
Sandra.
Sandra.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Sandra, I honestly, I would say that your Venus, which is the love planet, is very high. When it's high like that, a lot of people, I like to call them lighthouses because they just exuberate this energy, this aura about them. And it's like the way you love people and the way you love yourself and how you find out about yourself is through group associations, is through other people. And because it's in its 11th house. So you find more about yourself tapping into these groups and learning more about yourself, and that's how you learn to love yourself and appreciate who you are through groups and sharing of ideas and higher consciousness. I think you function better in friendships and acquaintanceships better than close relationships when you can freely, have detached feelings and emotions and be able to share ideas. It's like you are really function well at that. And at 29 degrees in Sagittarius, you're very expression charming, easygoing person. You got great intuition, and you're very idealistic in your approach to life and love and traveling and doing things. You just like to expand your knowledge, and I think you have good luck at finding people, the right people in your life. It's been like that your whole life.
Yes.
Like the right men seem to enter your life always at the right time. Because you give off that energy. It's like when you step into a room, the room lights up. And it's kind of like that because of the 11th house, since you're better in these groups and finding yourself through groups is how you learn to love yourself. It's easier for you to be in an all-inclusive vision of society rather than a particular person. So that 11th house likes to be like sharing ideas, sharing the love with everyone versus loving just individual groups of people or individual people at all. Now you do have a couple interesting alignments. You're rising at 2 degrees in Aquarius. It's just yeah, you're very much empathic on how you're feeling right now with people. I think you're very unique in how you approach life with things. You're very spontaneous, and you're a forward thinker. Okay, and a lot of your thoughts are ahead of its time. You're very, I'm almost would say, sensitive to the energies of being around a lot of people, and it does, because you're so scientifically minded and logical and making things make sense. That's why you like to be around people that make it make sense, because that's how you think. Like if it doesn't make sense, you're like, this is
Right.
so. Being that you're so intuitive, you're very intuitive and imaginative and inventive. So this goes right along with your personality, because having intuition, you got to have an imagination. You got to be able to think beyond, have a creativity, to be able to think of things, to be able to progress the mind. And that's kind of where the Aquarius and risings go. They're always ahead of their time in their thought process. They like to take chances. They like to be of service to their goals. They're really in quest of their deepest truth. They're really noble people. They're just they can be critical and demanding because they are ahead of their time in their thoughts. And I feel like you're just here to help society and to help the better advancement of society and push us into more humanitarian role, which is where you kind of are, where you're kind of heading to in your personality. But having that fire moon, man, you have an Aries moon. So Aries moons are really impatient people, but they're really impulsive. So they have high energy. It's like you got energy to do all these things. You can probably wash the dishes, watch your grandson. You can take a walk the dog. You can do everything all at once, and you'll have the energy to do it. That's kind of where Aries moons are.
That's
Okay,
so true.
they are high energy, and they always have a competitive streak on doing things, and they kind of have an attack first, think later type of mentality. Like they think about things later. They always just leap in there. So yeah, you got to kind of guard against being too hasty with things. But at 22 degrees, you're seeing things such at a psychic level, spiritual level, that I think you kind of learned that lesson a little earlier in your life. So you don't necessarily, you think a lot before you do leap, and it's in your second house. So you're very I would say emotionally connected to your values and your possessions and material things in life. Your self-worth, you know all about your self-worth. You know about being in comfortable situations. You know about making your environment comfortable for you, because your values are very important to you, being in your second house. And it's all about really gaining material wealth and possessions, in case you don't have a fulfilling life, to make your life more fulfilling, because the second house kind of wants to do that. And it kind of, people who have this placement generally have fluctuating finances throughout their lifetime. But they know their self. They know their self-worth. So I would say follow your gut, and you're going to be successful financially in anything you do, because that's the one thing. So know that part. And I know this is I'm going over the time here. I'll probably read one more thing, a little bit more thing to you. Your Mercury's in the 9th house, and it's in Scorpio. So I already know you're a Scorpio. You're a really deep person. You have strong observational abilities, and you got a really sharp tongue personality. You say what's on your mind, and when you speak, people listen to you. So you should speak more, get out what you want to say, because what you want to say is got some penetrating intellect that a lot of people want to hear the details of. So it's okay if it's hard to kind of express it. The 9th house that you have, that your Mercury's in, kind of wants to learn everything that it can possible. That's why you have all these associations with like Commander Leon, with all these people, because you're all about higher learning. You're about upgrading your philosophy. You're about learning about religion. You're about learning about esoteric knowledge. You're learning about powers of logic and deduction. A wide range of studies. The 9th house is a constant student of everything. So you're constantly wanting to research, and I think eventually you're going to be inclined to teach what you perceive and discover to the people around you, to your family, to your friends. That's why you are storing all this information into your storehouse and wanting to learn as much as you can, because you're going to be eventually that teacher, to be able to share these ideas and these thoughts and these concepts that you learn. So keep on it. You have a gift of the gab, and you have a gift to speak. When you speak, people will listen. You're really good at that. That 20-degree alignment. It's like people who have power in their voices. They're the kind of people when they can lead men and women into battle, and they can lead you off a cliff. So you got to kind of be careful, people that have this high spiritual alignment, but you can feel it. It's like a resonance that you feel with deep in the soul when you hear a person like that. Like, this person's telling the truth. This person's coming from a soul level that can just connect with people. And you know who these people are. Like,
Yes.
all of us know exactly who these people are when they speak. We're like, that person makes sense. So you're one of those people, and just keep speaking your truth. Because eventually you're going to get an audience that's going to want to listen to what you got to say. And what you got to say is definitely going to empower those people. So.
Wow. Thank you so much. That really resonates. I mean, it was more clarity for me. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Great. Yeah, thank you.
I definitely. Oh, wow.
Okay, I am still working on doing some healing for her.
You want me to play the clearing?
If you'll give me like 2 more minutes at least.
Yeah.
And Sandra, you had a lot of NPCs on you.
Oh, she had a lot of NPCs on her?
Yeah.
Oh, for people that don't know.
What does that mean? What you mean NPCs?
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you explain an NPC to her? And then I'll.
Oh,
I know
okay.
what
Okay.
they are, but I mean, I
So
don't know.
okay. So the soul. So there's different kind of spirit entities that are around, or we call them earthbound spirits that are around that can attach yourself. You have demonic entities, which are evil. Then you have regular earthbounds, which are just souls that are stuck here. That and then you have NPCs, which are souls that are, they're like newer souls, but they don't really know what they're like. Kind of like just perpetual spirits. A lot of them don't have like they don't really they don't really have like a conscience like other souls do. That actively conscious. They're just kind of just there, and they kind of need assistance going to source, because a lot of the times these entities that are earthbound entities, what the cabal was doing was using these beings to using them against us. But what they only want to do is they see certain individuals and they think they can get a free ride back to source, because some of these souls that are down here are that powerful where they can transmute them back to source easier. So they'll attach yourself to these individuals thinking that they can get a free ride back, and then the individual doesn't know they're on them, and they're they're going through a whole wave of emotions. So you have to sometimes clear yourself of that, and that can weigh you down. It can make you feel anxious. It can make you feel tired. It can make you feel different, moody. Like, it just takes you out of character having these attachments on you. And a lot of people, and you'll know when you'll run across, a lot of us run across these people with these attachments now. We're like, wow, what's driving this person so crazy? And then you realize that because of that. So
they attach themselves to me. Is that
and
what
you
happened?
can get them walking to the store. You can get them hanging around people in your family that have them. I mean, it's very easy to get them. That's why a lot of times the way to kind of prevent that is I do regular clearings, and I take salt baths, or use my friend Mary Beth kind of put me onto using I don't have a showers here. I mean, I don't have bathtub. I have showers here, so I have to use I use body wash, Epsom salt body wash that has salt in it. So anything to do when you shower, it kind of clears the energy off of you, and that can help.
Okay, because I was wondering, I've been in this house for going on 2 years, and I was so used to taking baths every day and but when I got here, I only have a shower here, and so yeah,
you get yourself like some Epsom salt body wash, and that would help.
Okay. Wow.
You could also soak your feet in Epsom salt.
Soak your feet in Epsom salt too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I've done that. Okay. Okay.
And I'm finished with the spirit releasement. So you should
Drink
be
some
feeling
water
lighter
too.
now,
I'm
too.
Yeah.
sorry. Say that again.
I'm finished with the releasement, so you should be feeling much lighter now, too.
Actually, I felt it when you were doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did it
I
feel
did.
like to you? I'm curious.
It just, I felt like the weight lifting. I could feel it coming off of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it was, I could actually feel it.
Yeah, because you had you had a few earthbounds, but you had a lot of NPCs. A lot.
And you know,
You can
I
get those
work
NPCs
in
from
the
people.
groceries. Say it again.
You can get them from people like Commander Leon. You know, watching his show. You can get them like that
I don't
too.
watch it anymore. I disconnected from all that too. So
It's like people that and they don't even. Some of these people don't know that they have these things because they're not practicing at all any spiritual hygiene. They're just talking about it all the time, but they don't clear their space. They don't use sage. They don't, but they talk a good game about it, and then they're the ones passing these entities along. And you got to remember, this is spiritual war, so there's not just physical. They can come through the phone too.
oh my
Yes, they
wow.
can. And like we were discussing through Brad's TikTok lives, like he has to be like super protective and do sage and all that stuff because they can go through the lives. It's wild.
Yeah, they literally mess up my phone and they mess up my recording and everything. I can't do my TikTok lives because they'll literally shut down my phone service. So like this is a spiritual war we're dealing with. They'll come through the phone. So sometimes they'll come through our devices, and you have to do clearing. You got to clear your I sometimes turn my phone off and clear it, or I leave my phone near some selenite. Like I have selenite right now on my phone, and some tourmaline.
So I have white sage here. I haven't saged my house in a little while, but should I do that? You think I should go ahead and do that also?
Well, we can check.
Yes.
If you'd like, I could do a house clearing too. We can check to see if you have anything in your home too. Because when you do your home, you kind of have to do the people in you. If you have anybody else in your home, and clear them too, and then clear your home and your property, and your land.
Okay.
And then there's a direction you go for clearing with sound, and then you go the other direction when you're blessing your home with like sage or pali and zenzo.
Okay.
So we're
But
gonna
you can contact me if you like.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you want to do if you guys want to do a clearing or have a hard time doing a clearing, guys, I'll post a clearing on the wall again. You guys can use this clearing. I use it all the time. It's I'm gonna play it right now, so that way before we go here. But this clearing technique definitely helps. Makes you feel better, especially if you recite it. I always like to recite it when I'm sitting here and playing it. And then there's at the end, it's a 12D shielding technique. And what you do is you imagine this light, this sphere that's covering over you, that's touching the earth and connected to the heavens. And you literally imagine it. And then once you do, you feel it. You'll feel this energy. And for a lot of the empaths, you'll feel it right away. And you'll notice the difference once you start doing the shielding pretty regularly. You'll be like, man, this has changed how I feel going out now.
Wow.
So
okay.
I'm gonna play it now, so that way everybody in here can get an example of the clearing here. Let me see.
To Infinite Creator, I give all my gratitude. I welcome the Christed consciousness here in this place. I welcome the Amorea flame. I welcome the original vibration, frequency, and intention of God Creator Source into this space. To any and all lost souls, fragmented souls, scared souls, souls that are weary and even mischievous. You are welcome here to the Christed Consciousness. You are welcome here that you may be taken to the perfect place Infinite Creator has for you in this universe. You are welcomed to be healed, to be made whole, to be in union with Infinite Creator. If anything tells you that you are separated from the love of God, Creator, Source, that is a lie. Come to the Christed Consciousness and be one with God. If you choose not to, you must leave this space and any being connected to this space. I send you forth with love. To any and all malevolent forces, powers, principalities, fallen angelics, archdemons, demonics, artificial intelligence, metatronics, and/or archons, you have no consent to be anywhere in, on, or around my physical body, spirit body, or biospheres in all timelines, dimensions, densities, and universes. You have no consent to be anywhere in, on, or around anything or anyone that is spiritually connected to me in all timelines, dimensions, densities, and universes. You have no consent to be anywhere in, on, or around anything or anyone that is tangibly or intangibly connected to me in all timelines, dimensions, densities, and universes. You have no consent to be anywhere in, on, or around any place I walk, for where I walk is sovereign ground. To any and all malevolent forces, powers, principalities, fallen angelics, archdemons, demonics, artificial intelligence, metatronics, and all archons, you must go forth from where you came from and never come back. You are not allowed to attach yourself to anyone or anything upon your departure. You are not allowed to take anything or any essence with you upon your departure. I hereby welcome the D12 Platinum Flame, Star Merkaba, from my divine blueprint. I bring forth this platinum flame through the column of my energy centers, all the way to the core of the planet Earth, that I may be one with the frequency of this beloved planet, that I may be one with the plasma frequencies of the Crystal River Fail-Safe Host, bringing forth this platinum flame. My Merkaba star establishing a platform 6 inches below my morphogenetic chakra 12. And upon this platform, I build my impenetrable platinum vortex. This cylinder shield in and through each chakra and around my entire energy fields, 4 feet above my crown chakra, establishing my above platform, establishing a seal and enclosure of pure platinum silver light. I send forth my platinum flame up to my divine blueprint, securing my D12 shield.
Hey, okay. I hope that helps everyone. Getting that in here.
Thank you, Brad.
So okay, guys. Yeah, so that was great. We did clearing of the energies. I hope everybody feels a little bit airy today and feels a little better now. A little bit of the pressure or energies have been cleared. It was a great Friday night as usual. We'll do this again next Friday, per usual. I hope everybody has a great holiday coming up because I think it's going to be Christmas this coming week. So, yeah, we'll do this again next Friday, guys. If you guys want a private session from me, please DM me personally, and we can set that up. They are very inclusive and very detail oriented, and a lot of my private sessions, I tend to go on for about an hour and a half, but it's all recorded. And if you want a session with Stacy, just be sure to hit her up or check out her website. It's posted on the wall. I appreciate all you guys for coming. And Kathy, Stacy, is there anything you guys want to say?
It was an amazing night.
Thank you, Kathy, for moderating.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys. Awesome. It's a blessing. And we'll do this again next Friday, guys. So thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Later, guys.
Love you all.